Ladies and gentlemen, your next Pokemon adventure is finally here, and that comes in the form of Detective Pikachu Returns. In this video, I'll be breaking down basically, is this game for you or not? This won't be so much a review, this will be basically like kind of explaining what the game is and how it's different, and let's go ahead and get into this video. Yeah, like I said, this isn't so much a review of the game. If this game isn't for me, it doesn't mean it's a bad game. This is different than your typical Pokemon game. So what I would like to do is kind of explain what this game is and how it works, and then hopefully by the end of this video you will be able to see if this game is for you or not. Before we get started, make sure to hit a like and subscribe, and down below is a link, Discord, Twitch, and Instagram. Come and join the community. But let's get into this video. So Detective Pikachu is finally here, and it's been, I think, around 5 years since the last entry. This is strange that it's coming out now because Detective Pikachu the movie, I believe, came out like 2 or 3 years ago, and believe it or not, it was a massive hit. I know it kind of felt like it went under the radar, but if I'm not mistaken, it was the second biggest selling video game movie of all time, and that's very impressive. Me myself, I never got to play the first one, so I didn't really have anything to judge this one off of. I couldn't tell if it was better or worse than the previous entry, but I was very excited. I am a huge fan of Pokemon. I've been playing Pokemon since Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy, and I've played everyone since then. It's a big part of my gaming identity. But if I'm being honest, I'm not sure if this one is for me. So the first thing I have to tell you about this game is there's no battling, and there's no catching Pokemon, which is a big part of the Pokemon ethos, if you will. It's a big part of the identity of a Pokemon game. So if you're looking for that immediately, yeah, there's none of that going on here. But it doesn't mean that you can't have a lot of fun in this game. There is a really cool story here and a really great adventure, but again, it may not be your typical Pokemon adventure. Another thing we have to get out right away is there is tons and tons and tons of reading and text. A majority of your game is going to be just reading and cycling through text and reading some more. So if you're not a fan of narrative-based games or story-driven games, I have to admit this one's probably not going to be for you. I don't want to give any big spoilers, so I'm not going to really ruin the story for you, but basically you're a detective and you need to solve a mystery, and you have you and your human partner to take on this adventure. One of the best things going for this game is Pikachu's ability to team up with other Pokemon, and I think that is a really cool added element that does add into the gameplay and the experience. The point of this game is to solve the main mystery, or solve your main case, if you will, but there is side missions that will help shake things up. So it's not just a go from point A to point B game. I mean, you can do that, but there is some added stuff here to kind of shake things up, and I think it's a very much appreciated added feature. Another thing we have to talk about inevitably is the graphics, and normally I can give Pokemon games a pass for the graphics. Scarlet and Violet is atrocious. It is what it is. For some reason I had so much fun playing that game still. The graphics they were horrible, but I could give it a pass, and I know that's not a good thing, but it's just me being a huge Pokemon fan. Yeah, for some reason in this game, the graphics really do irk me. Pikachu and Detective Tim Goodman, your graphics, I guess, are okay, but it's the background that really just feels like something from the 3DS or something before the Switch. And I know the game isn't supposed to be graphically impressive, but if there's not so much action going on in the game, like a normal Pokemon game, fighting and battles, and I feel yeah, if that's not all going on, it should have been easier to make this game better, the graphics. And it may not be a big problem to you, but it is something that, like I said, it just bothers me. But another thing I have to talk about is, if we're just being real here, this game is more driven towards children. And that's not a bad thing. Video games at their core were for children, for kids. It's just we have grown up with them, and game developers have grown up with us as well. So now people of all ages enjoy video games. This is more of a puzzle game, I guess. It's not something you're gonna get a lot of action out of. Me myself, I just have to admit, this game is not for me. And that's saying something, as me being a huge lifelong Pokemon fan. If I were to give this game to a 10-year-old or a 7-year-old, they're gonna enjoy it right away. And I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. It's hard for me to even explain it because most Pokemon games are for children, but this one is 100% directed straight towards children, and it's not a bad thing. It's just not what you might think it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this was my attempt to try to explain Detective Pikachu Returns without giving away any spoilers, if you will, because this isn't your standard Pokemon game. I just want people to know that before they purchase this. This was a game that I thought we were going to beat on stream, and then as soon as I learned more about it and got more into it, I realized this isn't for me. So I want you guys to be warned, I guess, ahead of time. Down below, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. Will you be picking up this game? Are you a fan of Pokemon games? If you are a fan of Pokemon games, why or why not will you pick this one up? And yeah, you guys know me. If you enjoy gaming news, gaming stories, and Nintendo Switch content, then you're in the right place, so go ahead and hit a like and subscribe. And like I said, down below is a link to Twitch, Instagram, and Discord. Come join all of those. I would love to see you guys over there. But yeah, I'll see you soon with a new video. Peace out.